Anglo-Saxon royal succession, let's go! The early medieval period is shrouded in mystery, and the farther back we go, the more mystery there is. But from what we can gather about the early Anglo-Saxon period, so like the 4th, 5th centuries, the king would have just been whoever was the meanest son of a bitch around. So you would give this super scary dude some of your stuff every so often and hope that he doesn't hurt you and hope that he keeps other scary dudes away. Anyone in this time period could become a king if he could gather up enough scary dudes to take out other scary dudes. Kings were not so much government officials as they were a mob protection racket. We think that changed with Oswald of Northumbria, aka Whiteblade, which is like the coolest nickname ever. Oswald seems, and again, these things can be hard to verify, but he seems to have set the precedent of kingship as a civil office. So there are mentions of him caring for the poor, systematic almsgiving. There is this one description of how under Oswald's reign, a young woman carrying a baby could walk from one end of his kingdom to the other end of his kingdom and not be harmed. The implication being that wasn't always the case. If true, this means that Oswald was enacting some kind of early social services and some kind of law enforcement to keep people within his kingdom safe. Something previous kings don't seem to have done. As we get farther into the Anglo-Saxon period, the Anglo-Saxons start expecting more from their kings. Not only do they expect to get more from their kings in the terms of safety and prosperity, but they start to expect more in terms of credentials. Lineage starts to become more and more important. They start wanting their kings to be the descendants of kings, what they call athelings. You might remember athelings being mentioned in Tears of the Wolf. Despite this, the Anglo-Saxons never saw kingship as something that was strictly hereditary. Kingship was something conferred on a king by the Witan, or the Council of Ruling Men. And once the king died, they would confer it on whoever they thought was the most capable candidate. The king's firstborn son often had a huge advantage in this contest, but there are many examples where that is not who the Witan chose. Alfred the Great's older brother was king before him, and though his brother had 2 infant sons at the time of his death, the Witan chose Alfred, the grown man, as the safer bet. Right up until Harold Godwinson, the last Anglo-Saxon king of England, he had to be confirmed by the Witan. After Christianity normalized written records across Britain, kings could write wills and distribute their personal property after they died. But the kingship itself, the role of king, was never theirs to pass on. That is probably the biggest and most enduring feature of Anglo-Saxon royal succession. It doesn't matter who you want to be king after you, someone else is going to make that decision. I will put some reading recommendations in the description if you'd like to learn more.